Alright, what's up? Creepers and Geekers, Christy, Atari Creep. How is everybody doing today? So we're gonna continue working on the Indi 500 controller peripheral for the Atari 2600. A controller that's monstrosity in size, that is only useful for one game that I know of anyway. I heard there's rumors of another one. You tell me. So before I move forward, I know I can attach the steering wheel. That's not going to be the hard part. The hard part is going to be to drive the car, because you have to use the button on the side of the controller. My hope is I can just use this. Literally just wire two wires. God damn it! Alright, sorry about that. I don't know why we insist on keeping the landline. And by we, I mean the missus. Sometimes she's 10 times smarter than me, so what do I know? I do know I want to use this for the peripheral. So it's basically, I don't know where I left off. It's basically a button. You know, it's just a simple button. Actually, it's a pretty big button. It's an oversized button for a very specific job in which I think we're going to adapt it very nicely. The cables, I don't think, are long enough, so we'll have to figure that out. If it ends up on the dashboard and I have to press a button and steer, it's not going to hurt anything, but I would like to make this as obnoxious as possible. So I need to see where the electricity is going, where it's coming from, what it's doing, why it thinks the way it thinks. Crap in there. I got to clean this out. As a matter of fact, I don't even need that. We're going to be connecting wires to these prongs here, and my guess is I only have to worry about these two. So I'm assuming the electricity is going to come in this way. Think of it like there's a door right here, and when the electricity butts up to here and you press the button, right, in this case we're going to step on it, the door should open and the electricity should be able to flow freely. So how we're going to test that, if you're not familiar, is by banging into the phone. And I'm just going to check resistance, meaning, you know, is there any resistance of the electricity flow? Electricity likes the path of least resistance, like my daughter's here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on ohms, 200K, whatever, it doesn't matter. What we're looking for is the number 0 on here. That means electricity can flow and there are no barriers. The door is open all the way to. That was probably the best explanation I could have done. I think that's what everyone else does. Some of these will beep too. Mine doesn't beep. I didn't get the Cadillac. So I'm going to touch my ground to this one. It doesn't really matter as long as the electricity can flow. It's a 9-volt battery. Boom. Look at that. Look at that. It goes to 0. Which means I can use this if I'm able to integrate it into the electronics of the controller. So let's try that now. This is getting exciting. I never thought I was going to get this far. I thought I was just going to put it on the damn plastic dashboard and leave it at that. This might be a real thing. Alright, so here's what we're working with. This is the actual button. What a cool piece, huh? This is nice. You know what? You know what this might work for? We'll talk about that here in a little bit. No, the reset switch on the flux capacitor 2600. Until I can find the little switch, maybe I can wire this into it. How cool would that be? Honestly, how rad would that be? Reset, reset, reset. You see the two prongs? You see the two prongs? You see the prongs? You see where we're going with this? It's just the same flipping thing, just different colors. Good. So my hope is that I can just connect this into here. We're going to turn the game on, and I'm going to press this and just see if I can get movement on the screen. And if that's the case, then we're 90% done with this part. I just need to connect wires and make it long enough. All right, hopefully you can see everything. I'm going to do this in real time. I did another test with the multimeter, and I honestly think I'm going to have to use the outside prongs and maybe the inside prong in this one. I don't know. These two seemed right, but something doesn't feel right. This feels like a ground to me. Let's fire up the game. All right, and let's get it started. So by my theory, I should be able to touch this. Hopefully you can see everything that's going on. Okay. And this one. And then when I press down, you can't see the screen. Damn it. And it works. I don't know if you can see. I hope you can see that. Yay! I'll let go of the pedal. Press it down. All right, so lesson learned. It's going to be these two prongs. I just need to figure out a wiring system. All right, so this thing can go away. I'm going to clean this in the background. This can go away because we're just going to basically extend these wires, and this has a nice little connector thing. I might actually put in some hot glue in there just to make sure that don't come out. These can be pretty finicky. So what am I going to need? I'm going to need a soldering station, some wire, some solder. I got more than that. You know, that's a solder sucker in case you have to remove some various little things. I have these helping hands, but like I only have one alligator clip that's complete. I don't know. I have no idea what happened. But I'm gonna extend these wires, and then I'm gonna eventually connect it to that. And then once we have that done and it absolutely works, then we can start working on putting this into the actual dashboard itself. Again, that's gonna be the easy part. So I was originally going to do it end to end, but for some reason, they just wouldn't stay connected. So, this thicker wire for some reason just does not want to hold on to and I've used it in the past, I don't know, but they're connected now. It doesn't look the prettiest, but we're going to cover that with some shrink tubing. Oh my God, that's as ugly as sin. That's alright. We can live with that. Let's get some shrink tubing on it. I think this size will work just fine. I have fire. Just don't torch your fingers, bro. I don't know what's going on with my soldering tonight, guys. There we go. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Alright, so here's the scary part. Connecting the controller itself, because these wires are old and brittle, and oh my God, the solder work looks like shiz. So let's just get that flowing. Perfect. Yeah, again, I'm real sorry that everything was being worked on down the bottom of the screen. So that one wire going towards the pot kept separating. So what I do is I just got rid of the little crimp connector that was here, twisted them together, sawed them together, blobbed it together. I put a little bit of this here so it has a little bit of something for this to grab onto. And if all goes well, I should be more than fine. They're connected. It's not the prettiest looking thing in the world, but it'll work, right? I hope. And that's what we're going to find out. Everything's connected. So let's go back to the room and see if it even works. See if I didn't mess this up. Alright, so this is the moment of truth, fuckos. Turn on the game. Plug this thing in. The controller's right here. Everything's connected. Oh, no. I got to connect this to the machine. The machine doesn't know what to do until you stick something in it. Alright, do you think it's going to work?
Yeah.
You do?
Yes.
I got one of my buddies over here, my partners in crime. Alright, here we go. Game's on.
Yay!
Woo! Let me make sure I can still turn it though. Make sure I didn't mess up anything else. Motherfuckers, we did it! So guys, thank you for following along on this journey. I gotta be very careful with this right now. Because of those really thin wires. That's something that you really have to be careful with. those two black wires that were going into that one prong. I ended up just pulling the prong off, twisting them together. You know, you just got to be very careful when you're doing this stuff. I don't know what it is. Some days you're awkward, some days you're not. I'm on the table and there's wires everywhere, and I just didn't have space management. It was just the most frustrating experience, and 90% of that was probably because of me and my lack of prep work. I have a lot to do today. It's the day before Thanksgiving. I got dishes, but the girls are helping me with that now. And I'm going to do the other half when she's done. And then, of course, I got prep for tomorrow. Guys, I didn't know I was even going to get this far with this. I really thought it was just going to be one of those things where I was going to have a button in my hand, or at least just have that stock button in my hand and just use the peripheral, but it's really fucking happening. It's really fucking happening, and I'm excited. I hope you're excited. So this is where I'm going to leave you. Wherever in the world you are, I hope you're doing well. Again, thank you so much for watching. Guys, I appreciate each and every one of you, and I am thankful. I am thankful for each and every one of you. Guys, remember, you never know who's not going to be at the table next year, so enjoy the company that you have this year to the fullest, guys. And until next time, take care. Creep it real. Happy Thanksgiving to those who celebrate. And bye-bye. I don't know why I just went into attention. It's not like my sergeant's walking by. Not that I would for him anyway, that fuck.